I told him I had
Who is Misha? Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about what they implement like that.
Oh Lord. Because I'm not trying to be seen. You can eat. Because my head looks a mess.
So just kind of want to throw it out there to you guys again. And actually, I cashed one of my coins in last week. It was hard. I've been holding on because I've had them, my coins since 2018. Been holding on to them, but I cashed one in last week, which was kind of hard for me to do. But
right,
yeah,
so
yeah. But like I say, most people can't afford, the whole Bitcoin at $52,000 or even half a coin. So I just kind of want to discuss with you guys and go over some other options or ways of you guys, probably getting into the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency craze without, actually buying the coins or tokens, and also, not going through the exchange and setting up a new account and going through all the security measures and stuff like that. But the main thing, and a lot of institutions, I know you've heard of some institutions and companies that are been buying lately, but a lot of institutions, banks, and hedge funds have been buying Bitcoin for their portfolios pretty heavy here. Some of the companies, Bank of New York Mellon, the Dutch Bank, J.P. Morgan, Morgan Stanley, the Goldman Sachs, and BlackRock. BlackRock has quite a bit of money. I didn't know they've got $8 trillion of assets under management. And there's a rumor that BlackRock is getting ready to buy $70 billion worth of Bitcoin to add to their portfolio for their company. And I think they've probably been buying recently, or may have done so already. The CIO guy named Rick Ryder he did an interview with recently with CNBC, and the interviewer was trying to get him to say what percentage they bought or how much Bitcoin or whatever. But this guy was pretty sharp. He all he said was, hey, we've been dabbling in Bitcoin. He wouldn't come out and give a percentage or a price or anything. And it was kind of funny. I was watching his body language, and he was smirking and just his body language and stuff. And it was obvious to me that they're doing something, and he was just being real secretive and not divulging anything about what was going on. So I expect BlackRock to come out with a big buy. When he said they're just dabbling, if they've got $8 trillion, they're probably dabbling pretty big with a big amount of money there. So looking at them. So those are some of the institutions that have been buying heavily into it. And as we know, some of the stocks and companies that have been buying into it, I believe Visa and MasterCard. We know PayPal, Square, Tesla, MicroStrategy, and Motley Fool today bought $5 million worth of Bitcoin today. So I just saw that today. So Motley Fool just bought $5 million.
And to add to that, Tony, 3M did 1 billion in Bitcoin and $500 million in Ethereum.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 3M. I didn't know about that. So yeah. So as we know, the first one that started this off was MicroStrategy. It's a company that I really like, and their CEO, Michael Saylor. He's been in the news and in videos and stuff talking about his purchase for his company, MicroStrategy. Their ticker symbol MSTR, and he was the first one. He bought $1.1 billion worth of Bitcoin, and he bought it at 29,000. When one coin was $29,000, that's when he bought his 1.1 billion. And so far, he's done profited about $3 billion just off of his purchase. And he's got the most out of all the companies. I think he's got like 70,000 coins. And actually, he's trying to get more. I think he's trying to become the richest man in the world. He's right now has up for sale convertible senior notes that he's selling. And he's looking to make $700 million off of those notes that he's trying to sell. And when he does make that 700 million, he plans on buying more Bitcoin with that money. Also, he put on a virtual conference or a seminar recently where there were 22,000 CEOs and officials from all around the world that attended this virtual seminar. And basically doing that, he laid out his game plan or playbook on why he bought Bitcoin and why, how he bought it, and, trying to instill in them why they should go that route with their company and stuff. And basically that it was a hedge fund against fiat dollars and inflation and stuff. And it was interesting after I guess Tesla had, during this virtual conference, Tesla had some of their people. And after the conference, Elon Musk, I saw the email, Elon couldn't believe it was that easy and had some questions for him. So Michael told him, hey, give me a phone call. So I guess they discussed everything over the phone. And then a couple of days or a week later, that's when Tesla came out and bought their 1.5 billion in Bitcoin. And they've profited like $720 million so far just on their purchase and stuff. But I think it's going to be more and more institutions and companies and stuff getting aboard. So it's still early. So as you can see, they're getting involved, and there's more retail investors, more people that are learning about Bitcoin is getting involved. The Gen X folks, the millennials, they're really pushing the market. They with Robinhood, and they're investing in their money. They're really pushing the market with the cryptocurrencies and stuff. So what I'm recommending, like I said, a lot of people don't have the money just to buy the outright coin. So I'm suggesting, recommending just going with some of these companies and their stocks, and the ones that are buying heavily, and just jumping on their bandwagon, on their train, and just riding this with them. Let them do all the legwork and buy the coins.
All right.
And basically what they're doing, like with Tesla and them, it's basically a hedge fund. So they basically got their hedge fund for Bitcoin, but they got their regular products too that they're pushing. So, hopefully, Bitcoin and Tesla's vehicles and everything's going good. One may be down, one may be up. Vehicle sales may be down and Bitcoin may be doing well, or Bitcoin may be down and the vehicle sales may be up. So it's a hedge fund there. So it's something that they're adding to the toolbox. I'm suggesting, probably going in, with these companies, buying a 2-year leap, or, selling a put at or near the money, you're collecting your premium, and then, hope, if you want to hold on to the stock, hope that you get assigned the 100 shares just to hold on to for the long run, like I said, I know the best bets right now is Tesla and MicroStrategy, but their shares are up there in price. I think Tesla's around $800 a share. I think MicroStrategy, last time I checked, was like $950 a share. So they're pretty high priced to purchase those. And I looked at the 2-year leaps for those companies, and to get in, it was around $26,000 to $27,000, which is pretty high. So at that price, that's half the price of a Bitcoin. So you probably might as well go ahead and buy the coin if you're looking at that type of money. But with the other companies, PayPal and Visa and all of them, I think their stock prices are around $200 a share, which is a whole lot cheaper. So it may cost you a couple of thousand to do a leap with them for long term.
Yeah, Visa at 209, Tony, and Square is at 270 a share.
Okay, and I know PayPal is 200 and something too. So those might be some that you might be a little bit cheaper for you to get into with a 2-year leap with them also. But just to give you an example with MicroStrategy, if you bought one share at $950, the breakdown for that one share, 66% of that is actually the share of the company, which came out to like $633. The other 33% is the Bitcoin value, which was like $317 for the $950. So you see with those companies, they've got more Bitcoin and stuff. And the main thing with these companies, you have to look at the company, their market cap, and how much Bitcoin they own. So if they own more Bitcoin and the market cap looks good, like Tesla and MicroStrategy, you know, you're going to get a better payout and return in the long term. And besides the companies that's listed, there's some other companies. These are, I think, over-the-counter companies. I haven't done a lot of research with these, but these are blockchain mining companies. One is Hut8, and their ticker symbols HUTWF. Marathon is another company, MARA, and Riot, RIOT. Now, I think these are a whole lot cheaper, and I think a lot of the millennials and stuff are jumping on these because of the price. And I think the last time I checked, Hut may have been at $5 a share. I think it's a little bit higher right now, but I think they gave the breakdown on that. 77% would be the share price at $3.94, and the Bitcoin price at 22% was like $1.06 if the price was $5 a share for Hut8. Two others that this is an over-the-counter Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, and their ticket symbol is GBTC. And this is not a stock and it's not an ETF, it's a trust. And they are a SEC reporting company. And with them, though, they charge a 2% annual fee to get into their account. So there's a 2% annual fee there. And what's surprising, Cathie Woods has this in one of her ARK accounts, the ARK W. Cathie Woods has this in her account, which I found was pretty surprising. And I didn't do a lot of research.
Symbol again, Tony?
GBTC,
okay.
Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. And you have to look into this one. There's a lot of pros and cons to this. You know, probably research this one pretty good. Seems like there was a lot of pros and cons. But another one that I really like, and like I said, I'm looking, since I have Bitcoin, I'm looking to get involved, either doing a leap or selling a put or just getting in one of these companies. I'm looking to invest in and further in some of this. But one I really like is on the New York Stock Exchange. And this one's Silvergate Capital Corporation, and their ticket symbol is SSI. And this is basically a digital currency bank that was started some time ago. And it was started for investors all around the world who were not allowed to open accounts with cryptocurrency accounts with regular banks and stuff. And I found this myself when I started, you know, investing in cryptocurrencies and my Bitcoin. When I was in Seattle, the bank I used, KeyBank, was my main bank. And I did all of my exchanges through Coinbase, you know, buying my coins and transferring back and forth. And with KeyBank, I never did have a problem. I read that a lot of people that were dealing had problems, accounts they've been dealing or doing transactions for years, and all of a sudden these banks were shutting down their accounts. And some of these banks was Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Chase. But I didn't have a problem, but I found that out when I moved to Texas here. There's no key banks here. So I was looking for a bank to transfer to do my transfers through. And I went to all these banks, Wells Fargo. The lady kind of gave me this stare when I asked her, said, hey, you know, do you allow cryptocurrencies, investments and all this? She kind of basically laughed or gave me this look like, oh, hell no, we don't do that. So Bank of America too, they're still bullish on cryptocurrency. That's another bank that's not allowing this. And I think Chase is kind of coming around. Jimmy Dimon and them are kind of coming around and figuring out what's going on. So, but this Silvergate Capital, that was one reason that they started, because a lot of people couldn't put their funds in these regular banks that were turning them down. Silvergate has...
What's the call letters for Silvergate again? I missed that, sorry.
SI. SI. And Silvergate, they have 750 plus clients all over the world. And I think they have most of the exchanges, the Bitcoin, your cryptocurrency exchanges, such as Coinbase, Circle, Bitstamp, Kraken, and Paxos. I think they're involved or got their money running through Silvergate also. And another thing that I found interesting was that Cathie Woods and ARK, she's got shares in Silvergate also. Actually, she's got two ARK funds, the ARK F and the ARK W has shares in Silvergate. I think one fund, she's got 500,000 shares, and in the other fund, she's got 760,000 shares. So it was interesting that Cathie Woods and ARK was both in Grayscale and Silvergate. So that was interesting. So I'm kind of looking at Silvergate also. And I think the last time I checked the stock price, I think it may have gone higher, but I want to say $48 a share or something like that, but I think it may be higher now. So, yeah, that's kind of basically all I had. Yeah.
Silvergate SI is at 153.
Okay, I think they went up. Yeah, I think this last they were 100 and something. Yeah, that's I think that's more correct. 100 and something dollars also. Grayscale may have been, I don't know what Grayscale GBTC is. They may be around $50 or $60 a share or something. Yeah. But
so I do want to add, Tony, right quick, that so understand what Tony was trying to say when he said, hey, if you can't afford Bitcoin, then get with the companies that are investing large sums of money in Bitcoin, because that's another way that you can benefit from the upward movement. And the reason why you would benefit from it is because, and I had to do some research on this myself this week, is now that Tesla, 3M, Visa, Square have all came out and says, hey, we're buying it, Bitcoin as a company, then any loss that Bitcoin brings to them, those have to be put on their financial reports. So I don't think that they would have made an investment to show a negative with Bitcoin when their earnings reports for all of those companies have been positive the last 3 quarters. So if they invest in Bitcoin and Bitcoin does a reversal, then they have to report that loss of funds through their company's financial reports. So that's huge that they're like Elon Musk didn't just buy him himself. Like, Chuck Alphin buying him himself. He's not using his company to buy him, but these individuals are actually using their company, taking company profits, buying Bitcoin, that now they have to report any reversal in I say negative cash flow now has to be reported back to the SEC. So that's huge.
And like I said, I mentioned the rumor with BlackRock buying 70 billion. Did some research, come to find out that MicroStrategy, the first one, the Michael Saylor, is the number one holding under BlackRock. So I think BlackRock, Michael, before he probably made his big buy, went to the folks at BlackRock and had a discussion and told them what he had planned. And he went and bought his 1.1 billion. And, I guess BlackRock, saw that, hey, they did great. They're doing great with this. They're making a profit. It's time for us to jump aboard. So I think, since they're under BlackRock, I think BlackRock has realized what Tesla has done and what MicroStrategy has done. I think they're going to jump aboard. Like I say, they got $8 trillion, and I think they're going to jump aboard. That'd be great if they come in with $70 billion worth of Bitcoin. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, and there's 2 more that's really popular. Ethereum, ETH, and Litecoin, LTE. Yep. Those are also taking off from where they were in comparison to just 12 months ago.
And like I said, there's so many cryptocurrencies. I was in Ripple, XRP, back in the day, and I was buying it at 20 cents a token or coin, and I had quite a bit. And now it's up to like 60 cents. I could have tripled, if I held on, I could have tripled my money, when I was buying it at 20 cents, and it's up to 60 cents a coin now. So Yeah, there's a lot. It's really cheap. Cardano is another one. ADA, Cardano is another one. So yeah, it's a lot of them out there that, you know, that are dirt cheap, you know. But, you know, like I said, I recommend the big ones. Bitcoin is number one. Like I say, Ethereum is number two. Litecoin's up there. I would stick with the top 10 cryptocurrencies. I wouldn't go outside top 10. But you know, that's all I have. You know, if you have any questions, like I say, I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes. And do your own work. Do your own research. Do your own research before buying. Okay. And smash that like button and subscribe.
I like that, Tony. I like that. I don't even know if I can follow that up. but no, man, that was good stuff, man. I hope everybody found that to be pretty helpful. To piggyback off of that, I am going to put in 2 links into the WhatsApp that you guys can utilize to research all the cryptocurrency that's available for purchase. I'm trying to do it now. I was trying to do it before Tony got off, but it looks like, good Lord, come on.
Delos, I know we discussed, did you call TD Ameritrade to see what's going on with their them allowing? Yeah, I did. And so TD Ameritrade at the time only have what you kind of discussed. It's just a trust. It's like a fund. The guy couldn't give me a time that they were gonna roll it out, and I couldn't wait for a supervisor to get on the phone. So I think they do have a set date. The individual I just got lucky to get a hold of, he didn't have it. Okay. But they have not rolled it out as of today.
Man, you got the Ameritrade this week. It was like a 3-hour wait on that joint.
Yeah, and then I waited for him, and then he was like, "Oh, let me get my boss," and I'm like, never mind, I'll call back."
I might let everybody know too, with the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, since it is a trust fund, you might be careful in investing, because they were saying that there's going to be a lot of cryptocurrency or Bitcoin ETFs coming out probably soon. And once the ETFs come out, a lot of people are going to be jumping into that. So the trust will not be as beneficial. People are going to probably be bailing or putting their money to the ETFs, which is more beneficial than the trust. So you might be careful with the Grayscale invested in that right now, and maybe hold off until the Bitcoin ETF or comes out.
Yep, that is true. They are going to bail on it.
Yeah.
Well, good job, Tony. I hope everybody found that helpful. So what I want to just do right now is just share a few things that I've been doing. Brian Ford sent the video out to the WhatsApp. I did check it out in its entirety, and that research is really becoming popular. Like, a lot of people are diving into research, and they're going a little further than just the surface. And so I just want to share with you all a few things that I've been doing, right, to just make sure, just even to refresh myself. Like, sometimes you get to trading and you think that you can't be taught the same trick over again, and that's not true. So just a few things, right? I'm going to just step through. Let me share my screen. All right, so hold on, let me find it. Come on. Where did you go? I lost y'all. Hold on. All right. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So I don't know if anybody have or have not, but I wanted everybody to know, because I get these in the mail. I don't know if everybody else get these in the mail, but these Thinkorswim magazines come out, and I think they come out every month. I get one, I'm pretty sure, every month. You can sign up for them. by calling TD Ameritrade. They used to have a link that you could add your email and they'll send it off to you. So if you're not receiving, hold on, let me move this. If you're not receiving these magazines from TD Ameritrade, please, oh, well, here it is. You can go on there and just hit the subscribe button. It should send it to the email that you have listed in your registration when you open up your account. So if you're not receiving these magazines to your home, please subscribe so they can be sent to you. And there's a ton of information in there. Actually, I just read this one right here recently. Let me see if it'll open up. Tell me if you all can see that in the window.
Yeah.
Okay. So this struck my attention because some of the stuff you read, right, may not spark any interest because they got a whole bunch of stuff, right? It's so vast. It's just a lot. So this one says, don't follow the money, follow the Greeks, right? So got my attention. I started down the rabbit hole of reading it, but it's pretty cool, and you can read it, and it's so informational, right? That you may be able to relearn something you think you already know. And so I wanted to just take everybody back down memory lane so that you don't, maybe you think you understand something or you understand it, but you understand it wrong. And so you can read through this, right? And what was so cool about this is it gives you an example of comparing the two trades. And so like, if you have, you know, a long call versus a long call spread, it steps you through everything you should be looking for. It's going to even tell you where you might be going wrong with the way that you're currently thinking right now today. But I encourage everybody to dive into and subscribe to have this magazine sent to your home. And you can get there by, let me back up, and I may have to jump off of this, but you can get there. Yeah, it's on the ticker tape. So let me close it. And you can get there. Let me see. Let me log back in. You can get there by going to Education tab and just hit this ticker, this Think Money magazine. So go to Education, ticker tape magazine, and subscribe, and they'll start sending these magazines to your home. Everybody got that?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on, right? I'm gonna stay on this topic of retraining yourself, retrain your brain. Maybe you don't understand something that as it's intended to be understood. So, I've been diving into like retraining myself. Like I've been doing this since the last call. And so I wanted to just share with you here, right? So this here is Investopedia, right? I use Investopedia quite a bit. And so when you go to the Education tab in Investopedia, right? They kind of dumb it down for you. Like it can't get any simpler than how they explain it, right? So I think Cormisha got everybody excited about Bollinger Bands, right? And when you come on the Education tab and it brings this up, right? There's all this stuff, right? It even talks about after-hour trading, right? You can get video. So I'm gonna go to Bollinger Bands, right? Because I think that a few of us have started using the Bollinger Bands as an indicator, right? So you come here, and what I want you to do is start going to some of the good sources versus, you know, there's so many videos, and there's a lot of good content out there video-wise, but this here gives you the definition, right? It not only gives you the definition, it's also going to give you some key takeaways, and it's also going to give you a video. You watch the video and you replay the same video over and over and over again, and you can use this. Remember back in the day, and I know maybe everybody younger than me may not remember. Remember the guy used to go next door to door and sell the encyclopedia? This is the virtual encyclopedia for investors. So use this Investopedia, right? And you can go on here and if you want to just dial into one specific thing, you can just come in here. You can come in here and dial right into whatever you're looking for.
Some of it is dark,
does that make sense? Everybody got that?
Good sense. Good sense.
Mute, Angela.
Yes. I'm on mute.
No, you need to be. There you go.
That's it. Okay. So
I wasn't talking. That must have been Carla.
Snitch. Try snitching on your sister.
So what you can come in this Investopedia, you all, just sharpen up on your skills, right? Like, you know what I mean? You can relearn things, right? You can ask yourself, hey, maybe something you learned, because this is still not a full year, right? A full year is going to be April, the first week of April for most of us on the call, right? So after your first year, going into that, coming into that your end of your first year, you want to just go back and look at some of the old videos, look at the content, retrain yourself, right? Relearn something you think you're a professional, and you'll start utilizing these websites to your advantage going forward. You just want to leave some just have some good habits. If you build some good habits, then this stuff is just going to be up on your laptop every time you log in. Kind of like me, I just leave it up. I talked about having that space in your home that you just have your personal space where you can just lay out papers and articles and all that stuff, right? Because those are the tools that you need to help make a decision. I talked to Dana. I text Dana, I think Wednesday or Thursday. No, it must have been yesterday. And she's investing in a company that I'm gonna have her share that company's name with you all before we leave the call. But the comment that I'll leave is, it's a good company, but know what your cost basis is. Your cost basis, sometimes when we're trading, sometimes we lose track of that and we make decisions that we don't have to. And then we get too close to things that we don't need to get close to, because your cost basis is not where you think it is. And once you understand that, then you'll understand, hey, this is not a loss for you. This is actually a gain. Getting rid of a stock is not bad. It could be good. It could be a good thing. Taking your earnings off the table when you're at 200 or 300%, and let the stock retrace and pick it back up again. All of those things, you'll start to retrain yourself, right? Like, don't outsmart yourself. Just constantly stay engaged with the education tabs on the TD Ameritrade platform. They provide awesome tools for you to use. All right. So speaking of that, right? So I've been, like I said, since last Thursday, I've been dialing into reading more and look, especially the companies that I'm investing in. And for some of you all, when you send me things, I'll add it to my watch list so that I can kind of dial into that to have a better conversation with you all as well. But under the research and ideas tab on the app form, so when we talk, this is the web format, then you have the app format, and then you have Thinkorswim, right? So on the app, research and ideas, I come down to this analyst and reports. And what I've been doing is, I know there's a lot of websites out there where they charge you $49 a month or whatever to give you the hottest trades of the day. Well, you have to understand that your platform you are already a member of a platform that does that very same thing. So some things you don't have to subscribe to or be a member of if you're already getting it and you're just not utilizing the tool that you have in front of you already. Some things you do need to subscribe to. I'm a big fan of that, but some things you need to utilize that you have in your power right here. So I'm gonna just show you what I've been looking at all week. And I go into the archives if I feel I need to. Sometime I run out of cash and there's no need to look at another stock because I can't buy it. So I kind of just stick to what I got. So basically I come down here and I go into these, right? And so I'll broaden this up here. And so I'm only looking for a few things when I'm in here, right? Some on my Wednesday call, those guys read this thing front to back. I come in and I highlight certain things. I may print this off in an office setting. I'll print this off and I'll highlight things that I know I need to come back to. But I call when I'm in here, I just call it a healthy lunch, right? I have the smoothie and all that other stuff, right? But another part of my healthy lunch is making sure that I read something during my lunch break. Not my whole lunch break, but I'm gonna take 30 minutes. I am going to read something that is gonna help benefit me down the road. And so I come in and I read these CFRA reports, and I'm looking for things like, it'll tell me what's inside right here. So I like to, since I've been trading options so long, right, I try to now look at options trading as a portfolio. And so when you look at it as a portfolio, meaning there's some stocks you're just not going to ever give back. They're just mine forever until the company closes the door. Those are mine. So I look at, and I talked about this before, right? These dividend aristocrats. And so the dividend aristocrats is a company that's been increasing their dividends over a certain period of time. And I'm talking about years and or decades. All right. So in this article, and they have like the stock pick of the week or whatever they do. But see, she's talking about this Quanta Services, right? I'm not interested in Quanta Services, but the ticker symbol is PWR. It's they gave it 5 stars. They gave it a strong buy. I'm not interested in that, but somebody that's reading this during their healthy lunch break may be. So to each his own. But for me, I look in here and I'm looking for, I want to go right to the dividend aristocrat section because I want to see who's all improving on their monthly, not monthly, but annual dividends. And so I come down here and it's a lot of good information in here, but I'm only looking for my one thing. And actually they give you some more recommendations, right? They give, not only do they give you PWR, they give you this Jacobs Engineering Company and this FLR look like a Fluor Corporation. And so you can get a lot of gems just by reading, having a healthy lunch, basically taking something and reading it, you know, and read something that's beneficial to you or just something that you like to ease your mind, whatever you choose. So I come down here to this dividend aristocrats, right? And I'm saying anybody on this call that can't find a good company, well, here's a list. And the Dow, I always talk about the Dow. This 3M just invested in Bitcoin. They've been increasing their dividends for 58 years. I wasn't even born. Abbott Laboratories have been increasing their dividends for 48 years. These companies are solid as they get. And when I started breaking down, after you start trading options for a while, you start diversifying your portfolio with dividend aristocrats, companies that are going to pay you to have the stock plus your premiums that you receive. And it's just a good marriage, right? A good company that pays a dividend and I can trade options, that's just a great marriage. And you'll start thinking like that, right? A lot of the high flyers that come across your table won't even spark your interest anymore because you're going to be getting steady gains from something that you know is going to be around. And this is a good list, right? And this is not the total list. This is just the list that they posted. But I wanted to show you some of this awesome information is right here at your fingertips and you don't need to go look for it. It's already here. Understand that TD Ameritrade wants you to have this information because they make money when you place a trade. They want you to trade. They want you to find something to trade. So they're going to give it to you. You may pay for this somewhere else. TD Ameritrade will give you most of it. A ton of it. So I just wanted to share that, right? I've been spending my weeks, and you can do this. I'm going to show you this other thing here too, but I just wanted to give you that little rundown there. And let me see here. I've been using this. I wasn't going to show it, but I guess I am. So on this, they have this ideas tab, right? And so it used to be a little bit different, right? The ideas tab used to give you like a full list of stocks that were popular or people, they had unusual option activity, stuff like that. But it's since changed. I'll go in this PDF just to give you a view of what it looks like, and hopefully it pops up. Can everybody see this PDF?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool. So once again, under the ideas tab, they got this company called Hawaiian Holdings. Like I said, it's a bullish stock. I wanted to read it because they got Google associated with this, and all right, so I only pulled it up and it only sparked my interest because Google's name is involved here. And I'm thinking, okay, what's going on? And so, I may read this tomorrow, print it off, read it. But I wanted to share that with you that even on the ideas tab, they'll have these things and they change, right, every day. So you'll have a different one down here tomorrow. And so you can go to the ideas tab just to see what's out there, right? A good, healthy lunch, a good, healthy source to find you some good material to dial into, and you may find a gem here or there. Workhorse actually was on one of these about 4 or 5 months ago. All right, so I went over the Investopedia, I went over the analyst reports, and I went over the ideas tab. And so what else I wanted to share with everybody, right? So I showed everybody this. It's been a long time, but I'm gonna go back, right? Because I'm in retraining mode myself, right? I'm gonna retrain myself to do things that I probably haven't went and looked at in the last 8 or 9 months. So I'm gonna just start from scratch, so to speak. So everybody remember when I went to the SIBO. The SIBO has any available options that can be traded or available for the entire list is available on the SIBO.com website. And so I've already done it, but I'll just hover over this. So we're gonna click this, right? It's gonna give me a full list of all the options that are out there, right? So since I already got it downloaded, I come over here, and typically what I do is, can everybody see that, or do I need to reshare it? Okay, cool. All right, so typically what I do is I come over here because I have to get out of the mode of I only need to be worried about the stocks that I'm invested in, right? I kind of, since we start having a call, kind of took a blind eye to having the full view again. But as I retrain myself, I come across old notes, and it's like I need to have this up for a reason. And this is how I trained myself when I didn't have any, just starting out the gate, didn't have any direction, just had a whole lot of information. I was lost in the weeds. And so as I started training myself, I realized why I needed this list in front of me at all times. And so we can run screeners, right? And I'll go back to the other page and show you. We can run screeners. We can do all of that stuff, right? But you can go get the full list from the SIBO just by simply going to the website like I just had up. I'll bring it back up. And you just, you download the list. It's going to spit it out as a Excel spreadsheet. I've already copied and pasted it. I've already copied it. And where I take this to is the financial visualization website. And so I'm gonna go here again, and I got it up, right? And so when I get here, all I do is copy and paste that list in, get my mouse here. I copy and paste that list right here and hit enter. And once I do that, it's gonna give me what you currently see below. Can everybody see that? Mm-hmm. And the reason why I needed this entire list in front of me when I was growing up, so to speak, is because I needed to know what sector I wanted. I needed to know, hey, because I don't want to buy everything in technologies, right? So if I had to go between the screens is where I got lost. And I'll be like, okay, well, what sector is this and what's this and this? And so I knew that going back, I can just get everything that's in the sector and I can do my research. And the reason why I'm bringing it up today is because there's a company, Brian sent out that video. I don't know if everybody watched it. And this guy, basically, he called a few things right? So I'm not gonna lie. The stuff he did, he called a lot of that right. And so he is basically saying, sign up for $49 and I'll give you. Now we know it's a semiconductor company that's in bed with with Tesla and Apple, right? But he wouldn't give us the name until we spent the $49. Right. So I was like, you can probably easily find which company that may be by doing a screener. And if you come here, you can break this down however you want it. You can break it down by ticker symbol, by price, by market cap. And I said, this is why I needed this screen up. This is why I had to use this tool, because I got away from the basics. Now, I was still making money, right? We're all still making money, but it took me off of my A game, right? You start making money and then you get a little lazy. You get a little laxed. And so you can come here and really slice and dice this up however you please. And so I just wanted to show everybody this again, right? So that you can come in here and use it. And the good thing about it, it has the prices, the volume for the day. It's all right here in front of you, and you don't have to go all the different websites, right? And as I cover some of the things that I grew to love and taught me, I had to go back to that. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like going back to your parents' old house, just to say, man, the yard looks smaller now, because your house that you moved to is so much bigger. And so, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you're making money now. You don't need the basics anymore, but you absolutely do. You absolutely sometimes need to go back, take a step back, and look at it from your child house view one more time. Don't get too cocky where you just, I'm gone and I ain't never got to come back. No, that's not going to be true all the time. You want to take a step back, realize where you were in time, and go, okay, let me bring these tools back out. So I wanted to share that with everybody. Does everybody feel comfortable thinking that they can do that?
Nah.
No? Okay. Well, I'll work with you.
I do want to say, because don't forget these. I don't know who also utilizes the desktop platform, but this same information you can get on the hackers, the screeners, and the scanners in platform.
You can. Yep, you can. And I just wanted to make sure that everybody is using the tools. So before you run out and start subscribing to or paying for certain things, you may want to search and see if you already have it, because it may already be available. It may already be available to you.
That's good work.
And so, yep. So
that's good information, man.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to get personal. Let me see if I can pull this up, but I may have to share this next week. But what I wanted to say is, and Carmisha, if you could help me with this, right? I would really like for you to show everybody, because I know Thinkorswim have it, but I have made some of the best trades I've made this week using a profit and loss calculator. That profit and loss calculator, it's so I have this Fidelity account. Now that profit and loss calculator and the probability calculator. Matter of fact, let me see. Hold on.
Now you're not speaking of
risk profile
and equity value, right?
Hold on. Okay, let me go with you first, Brian.
I said you're not speaking of profit versus equity value. Are you talking about just strictly profit and loss? Okay. Yeah, the profit loss of a trade. Like if you place a trade, it'll show you the outcome, or it'll give you the probability of where the stock may fall.
And I'm gonna pull it up because
that's underneath the profile.
Go ahead, Carmish.
You want me to show it, like the risk profile and the probability analysis?
If you don't, if you it's on Thinkorswim. So Carmisha, go ahead, and I'm gonna stop sharing right now because I've made some really good trades this week. I was actually proud of myself. And I was using a different platform though. I was going to show it, and I'll follow up, and I'll do that. I'll show the probability calculator that I have. But this is nice right here too.
You talking about that, right?
Yep. And just put in like put in workhorse, or put in something that everybody's got. Okay.
So the risk profile for it, and then the probability. You like this one better though, don't you?
I like that one. I want the probability analysis is the best thing since sliced cheese, man. And I've been using it more and more and more because it has really kind of put me right on the mark and where I was thinking, right? And it stopped me from placing a few things too close. But that probability analysis, and everybody's platform is going to have a different version of this very same thing. But Carmisha, if you want to kind of explain just, what those numbers mean at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, go
ahead. So you definitely like this one overall for it better than I actually like the risk profile, but I can tell you the same thing altogether for it. So essentially where I'm at right now, this is where Workhorse is trading, and we can go back to the chart and see Workhorse is at 31.22, right? And so this arc, this parabola is basically showing you where Workhorse is going to be trading, the probability of where Workhorse will be trading at these expiration dates. So the 19th of February, if you look at it, it's saying where Workhorse is going to be trading and the percentage of the probability overall for it. This is showing you down here the same way. And so here it's saying above the $37, less than an 18% chance that it will be higher than that by the expiration of the 19th of February. And then below 22, 6% chance. So it's really saying that it's a good chance of it being between $28.22 to $37, which is a 47% chance altogether. You can change these price slices. And so now I know that this is 28.22 and 37. So I can do, let's say 35 here, 24, and 22.5. Okay. So now this changed my probabilities. So now it's telling me that it's more than likely a 61% probability that it's going to be between $24 and $35 by the end of the 19th. So then you can even kind of move this and say, well, I think I'll go to the strike price of 33.8, right? And it's saying it's a 64% probability. Do y'all see that by the cursor? It's a 64% probability of it being in the money, because that's what mode we're in, and then the 35% probability of it being out of the money. So that's too close overall for it. Let me bag back. So then it's like at this point, 27, 24, it's 71% probability of being out of the money and a 28% probability of being in the money.
And does that make sense to everybody? Like, does everybody understand how this is being used, or how you can use it?
Yeah, I've used it before. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It looks like an angry monster, but it really isn't. It's really a gentle giant, right? You just basically, once you understand what it's telling you, then it's just a matter of using it to benefit it helped make some decisions. You know what I mean? And for those in I didn't know if Keith is on here, but Keith chatted in the window this week that he set up a call with TD Ameritrade. They logged in, they worked with him, they set him down, and all his questions that he had, they kind of walked him through some of the things that he may have been confused on. So that's another added benefit that you have. You can set up a time that you're going to be available. TD Ameritrade will call you. They will log in to your system and they will show you how to use this platform.
You can put this cone on the chart if you want to see it, like with the price action.
Oh, this right here?
Yeah.
Alicia? Okay. Well, you might have to oh. Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
Hit the study speaker. Turn on my camera.
Okay.
And go to add studies. Go to where you search. Go to the other beaker next to the gear.
Okay.
Did it pop up? I don't see it.
The beaker at the top. That one?
Yeah, right there.
Do you see the box?
Yeah, I said it says edit studies, but then the box left.
Well, in there you can search for probability cone.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
and then you just add it.
Okay. It'll pop up on the chart there.
And then
and then you can edit it to, be whatever percentage that you're looking for.
Got it. Okay.
Like if you just want to compare it to like where it's been in the past.
So probability range of 68 and then the period of 100 is the options that I'm given. Do you have it where you can share? Would you like to share it?
Can.
He probably wasn't logged in.
Sorry, Alicia. All right, I'll stop sharing that way.
So while Alicia is loading that up, I highly urge everybody to kind of use that little tool there. It's been pretty steady Eddie.
The probability analysis chart.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to look over that a little bit more. I mean, I looked at it before. I had somebody from TD Ameritrade. He was talking to me about it. But I'm gonna have to go through that a little bit deeper.
Yep. And in that Investopedia, look at the Bollinger Band video and then use both indicators together. But it looks like Alicia is ready, so I'm gonna let her take it away.
Okay. Can you see the box?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So you just type in, because they have them, when you do the other one, they're by categories, and I don't know what category it's in. So you can edit this, because it'll tell you what period. So that's usually like days, I think. And then the probability range. So maybe if you wanted like 75% instead of 68, seems like a weird number. And just hit OK. Then it pops up.
I like that.
Okay, yeah.
So then you can say, like, because price action just came from up here, for me, I feel like, well, it's more than likely going to go this way. So I would look for these prices as opposed to these, because it hasn't been this low since way back in November.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah,
and then you can play with this, and you can save this as a chart, so then you can just pull it up whenever you want to see it. It does take up half of your chart though. Like there's no way to kind of move it in or squeeze it in.
Right. No, I like that though.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna probably revert to using it every week.
Yeah, they got some good videos on this too.
Yeah, and like I said, I highly urge because you won't get it. I'm glad we got Alicia and Carmisha to, you know, and Uncle Gerald started out in the beginning being like that person, and I think he kind of handed that torch to Carmisha. And so
I let the big bus go by. I started getting on the little yellow bus.
Yeah. So between Carmisha and Alicia, if it seems like they are the best at maybe helping us figure out some of the stuff that we can utilize this for. But like I said, just, you know, stick to the basics. Go back to the beginning and you know, sometimes you start over to get your understanding back where you need it to be, and it'll help you make some good decisions. There's still a lot of companies out there that's like I say, the stock is for sale. The stock is on sale. I call it the $3.99 chicken sale. There's a bunch of companies out there that it's a lot of good up and coming companies, and so it's a good place to let Dana tell you all about her little gem that she found. I think somebody else may be investing in it. But Dana, if you want to share what you got going on.
Hey, on call at work and got a call. So can you tell him about CCIV? Sorry.
Okay. All right. No problem. So Dana is invested in, let me see if I could, CCIV. Now, and I know, I think that they're going to be, say that again. I'm going to go to it. I think CCIV, I'm going to pull it up here. CCIV, basically, there's a merger or something behind this company. Lucid Technologies or something is about to be bought or sold or something, but the CCIV is involved in them. And you can look at this chart right here, and Dana has kind of been riding this wave. And part of this move here is the fact that they came out with the announcement that they are going to Lucid. I think it's Lucid. I could be wrong. Hold on. I'll have to Google it, but I believe it's Lucid.
Hey, Delos, I'm kind of on a conference call, but I'm not involved right now. But it is Lucid. So Lucid is another electric car company, but they've been in business since 2000. I want to say 7 or something like that. The guy that started was a chief engineer at Tesla and was on the team that created the Model S for Tesla. He broke away and he was doing just the I think the batteries, I believe, and I'll have to reread that. So this company, the CCIV is a SPAC. The merger is supposed to happen by either end of this month or next month. And they have their cars, they have a plant in Arizona already. They've raised $1 billion for a new plant or to enhance that plant. And they're coming out with their cars this year, as early as July. And their cars are set to drive over 500 miles on one charge and do zero. And they have one model that will do 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. So he is basically taking his Tesla knowledge and making it a little bit more modern to the world. It will be, the first one's going to be super expensive. It's like $160,000. But he does have other models that are between the $25,000 to $40,000 or $60,000 range that they will be producing as well. So with the merger being, they're not denying it, but they don't have a set date. They haven't come out and said, yeah, it's a go. But this stock went from, I bought a put last week I went at a strike of 30, and I think I went in on Tuesday or Wednesday, Delos, something like that. And by Friday, it was at 50. So rolled out, of course, went back in at about, I think I went in at like 40, 45, and it's already at 60. So yeah, it's climbing. And like I said, it's the guy from Tesla, the waiting on the merger, which most outlets say that it's mostly a definite that's going to happen. And it's over $1 billion. It's like $1.9 billion deal or something like that. So there were some major key backers that I'm trying to think of who it was. And apologies, I'm listening to a call in case they call my name. So, but that's the most of it, the majority of what it is.
Hey Dana, that's the Lucid vehicle, right?
Yes.
You know they already have production. They're in not production. I've seen commercials already of the vehicle out, so they've got them out.
They have cars out there. Their plant is in Arizona, but they're either building another plant, redoing that one, renovating that one for the new ones that are coming out. But yeah, you're right, Chuck. They have cars out now that they produce at their plant in Arizona. So they're already out in the streets, where as opposed to Nicole and some of these other ones are projecting to have them out. But the new models are coming out this year. You're right, Chuck. Thanks.
Yeah, you're right, Chuck. I've seen commercials too on Lucid.
Hey, that's a nice car too. If you ain't seen it, pull it up, take a look at it.
Yeah, it is nice. I think Carmisha even commented on it. It's nicer than a Tesla.
I think that one they got out was like 69 or 79.
Yeah. And look at the premiums that they paying.
Yeah.
$4,500 pays you $990. That's at the 45 strike. That's almost almost $14 away. Well, 30, yeah.
Open the option chain. You got it on near the money. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah. All right, see, hang on.
You can do 25. You can do $2,500 and get 210.
I'm looking at that March.
They got something on their calendar coming up.
Wow.
Has it been like this, or there's something on their calendar?
Actually, Dana started talking to me about this. I think she first brought it up. I could look at my text, but I would say 2 weeks ago. But she's done already been in and out and in and out. This would be, I think, her third entry once this run is over. And I was trying to look it up to see if any of the analysts had some type of price targets that they could provide, but it's a lot of volume though. Like if you look at the volume on this thing is crazy. Like it's ton of volume.
They were talking about this before Christmas on a video that I was looking at when I started looking at them, but I had, me, I'm a slow kid, right? So, but they had been talking about it and saying he was coming out and it was going to be ahead of Tesla. So if you wanted to get in. But, I kind of like, I need to watch. And I hadn't had a chance to watch because of my job. But yeah, they've been talking about it since before Christmas because that's when I looked at it.
Yeah, the price projection is around $100.
Oh,
so I actually went ahead and bought some a little bit lower than what it is now. But like I said, when I first got in, it was $30, and then the forums, people got in when it was $14, which was like a few weeks ago, or maybe a month or two ago.
Yeah. So I think and I did. Dana texted me. I didn't just respond right. I immediately went and looked at the financials because I figured Dana had her hand on the buy button. So I wanted to really give her a good answer, but I knew I didn't have a lot of time either. This is that stop. This that when Dana texts you, stop what you doing, because she ain't gonna wait. By the time you get back with her, she gonna be like, never mind, I already bought it.
Yeah.
I'll be like, it's only been 3 minutes, Dana. I gotta, log into the phone. I already bought it. Never mind. Thanks anyway.
I so wish I could say that you are exaggerating, but I'll hit you. I'll hit Keith up. And he'll say something. I'm like, I'm gonna ask Delos. So then I'll hit you up, and I'm like, he's probably at work. You know what? I feel good, jump. And then you'll hit me up, and I'm like, oh, I jumped in it 10 minutes ago.
Right.
But
and I'll be like, well, yeah. But no, I think that whatever this company got going on with Lucid, I think and I'm saying being safe about it, right? Even if you went in at the 25 strike, this mean that this stock would have to lose damn near half its value to catch you on a week-to-week basis. That's a big drop. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of volume here. It is. It's quite a bit of volume. Now, if this was moving like this and it didn't have any volume, I would be like, stay away from it. Because you the only kid at recess. You can't tell your mama you thought it was time to play because you the only kid out to school. But it's a lot going on here. And I think that if you don't act on it, at least go research it. But it looks, man, this is crazy. Because basically when I'm looking at this, right, you say you can take $45,000 and at the 45 strike make $9,900. Now my price point is way low. Now my price point is 36,000. I mean, it's a good. I say go look at it. I've already looked at it. If Dana wasn't on the call, I was gonna just share with you some of the stuff we had been talking about it. Well, it was her, it was something that she found. I think it's a good gem. I think that you might want to look into it though, everybody.
Now, is this a SPAC? Is this a SPAC or they're just doing a merger?
It's a little bit different than a SPAC, I think.
Okay.
I think this is just
I think it is a SPAC. CCIV is a SPAC and Lucid
is the company
will
that
merge with them.
Okay.
I believe.
Because normally the SPACs, right, don't have a common stock.
Mm-hmm.
They just use a ticker.
That's true.
They just use a ticker symbol until the merger happens. Like that the merger is coming with this.
Yeah.
I think it's a little different, but like I said, I'm gonna read some more into it. I just looked at the financial situation just so I can answer Dana in 2.3 seconds. So I didn't dive into it. But this has been a good call, everybody. I hope everybody got what they came to get out of it. It was a lot of good stuff shared. I think next week, we may ask a few of the other members to kind of share a few things. And I'm glad that we got Jeffrey on and Lisa on because they bring a lot of added benefit to the call, and we just sharing information. And I love that saying, Tony, that poor, basically passing over opportunities repeatedly. Yeah.
That was a good one right there.
Yeah. Don't let this CCIV be one of them poor.
That's right.
Right.
Okay.
Let's not be poor.
Let's not be poor now. Yeah. Now when you get off this phone, go take a look at this.
Hey, I got a question for you, Dallas, before we go. And I know you got this stock. I'm gonna get some feedback, and some other people on here probably in the group probably got it also. But Workhorse, I've been sitting on the sideline, and I see the article that they'll probably get that postal contract for the postal's 165,000 vehicles, and plus with Biden's administration, the other federal vehicles that Biden wants to do. So I've been watching. I haven't jumped on board. I know a lot of people on here have Workhorse, and they're like the prices are pretty good. It was $32 a share or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't gonna tell my little secret, but I increased my position at Workhorse about a month ago. So I got 2,000 shares of Workhorse. So if that tell you, do that answer your question?
Oh yeah. And I know you had mentioned when we were talking about the EV stuff the other day on the phone, and you had mentioned that you had made some money off Workhorse already. Yeah. So. Yeah,
and I shared that on that PDF, and like I got more that I could add to that because now my price point in Workhorse on the first 1,000 shares, my price point on Workhorse is like $9,000. So the stock will have to drop to $9 before I break even. On that that's only the first 1,000. Now the second 1,000, I'm just chopping it away at the tree, but I've been at the 26 strike this week. And I had to break it up. So I did 500 at 25 and the other 500 on the put side at 26 point something.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna jump aboard and get some workhorse.
Yeah, and I was, I haven't talked to Dennis about it, but I was thinking maybe we may break up one of the Boeings that we got, because I don't know, Boeing is just going sideways. It ain't doing nothing. I'm like, maybe we break it up and just buy Elite. I think it's probably gonna happen with Dennis this week or next week. But like I said, I didn't want to get into Workhorse too far. But as Workhorse ran up into the $40, well, at one point they was at $41. And this is another one. This is another Dana find, and maybe somebody else had it, but I'm gonna share this while we. This is another one. This Virgin Galactic, man, has been doing good, and Dana also did well in her position with this as well. And I think Dana got into this stock here was $24. But the volatility is high, and when the volatility is high, you definitely want to start selling some contracts. And you don't have to get as close, right? You don't have to get as close to the stock as you. Because sometimes you want the premium, and some people think that they leaving money on the table when you're really not. Because the reason why I know you're not leaving money on the table, because if I ask you, what is your savings account going to pay you in a month? It's going to be $0. So even if I get $10 off of this, I made more than I would have with my money that's just sitting, making $0. So you don't have to just get close, right? Because if you don't want, especially if you think the stock may be going down, and sometimes it could be surrounding an earnings report or some other news break pop off, whether it's good or bad. Public sentiment will drive the stock one way or another, but you don't have to get too close and be too greedy, because, like I said, your savings account in a month, guarantee you, when you go and you check it right now and check it 30 days from now, it's going to be the same amount if you don't add anything to where it's currently at. So just take that with you. But Workhorse is good, Tony. I think Workhorse is going to be the truth, man. Helion a little disappointing at the moment, but they need to get something. But Workhorse is a good, solid company. It's Virgin Galactic, I think with the cruise ship, the space program and all the innovation behind, just like today, I heard I didn't read it, that they dropped something off on Mars or something like that. So the attention that, outer space is getting right now is going to drive some money. And I'm just looking to see if Kathy Woods put SPCE in her space ETF. But that's all I got this week. Does anybody have any questions, not only for me, but for anybody on the call? We all good? All right, man. And ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody joining. Hope you got something out of it, and have a blessed week and a worthless Expiration Friday.
That's right.
For sure.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good weekend.
I'll take care.
You too.
G-Money.